and then a long gap before the trailing athlete.
Well, he's out there on his own. Bakusha's dropped. I think Bakusha will be in the steeplechase. So Aouita will not have in Rome in the next race. He's got to do it now if he's going to do it. He won't have the pacemakers, but this is the man that Jack Buckner and Tim Hutchins have got to face. And of course, there's one more still to be chosen for the British team. But even so, on his own, a lonely figure now, it will be a very, very worthy record if he can run 4 laps on his own at the sort of pace he's been led to.
He is the Olympic 5,000 meter champion, the world record holder at 1,500 meters. Recently, in Paris last week, took the world 2,000 meter record off Steve Cram. But he took the world 5,000 meter record off David Moorcroft. David's figures were set in 1982. Aouita set the new world record at 13:00.4 in 1985. But my own feeling looking at him is that he is in a little bit of trouble. And the watch confirms that because he's just slowed slightly, 64 seconds. Just checking on the time schedule, he's still on average pace inside a 13-minute 5,000 meters, which is inside the world record. But remember, he's got to be inside 13 to realistically break it. And really, I think on a night like this, he's too much to do in many ways. The weather, 28 degrees, the humidity, very, very, very high. And even though he comes from a warm country and does most of his training here in Italy, he's still bound to feel it.
No question about that. But it does put a perspective on those other world record holders with great distinction, just how tough a job it is. And those who said it as front runners, well, they've got the respect of everybody in this fraternity. There's no doubt about that. Because if this is the greatest runner in the world at the moment, the man that Ron Clark thinks can break 27 minutes for 10,000 meters and hold a string of world records, if he can't do it on his own in conditions which are near to perfect, except for the humidity, of course, then it means that those that preceded him were quite magnificent.
Just doing some mental arithmetic, and Dave Moorcroft and distance runners at home will be interested in this. He went through with 2 laps to go in 10 minutes 58. He's got to run the last 800 meters in 2 minutes 2 seconds. David Moorcroft, you've been there. You're the second fastest man in history. I wouldn't say it's on, would you?
I don't know. I think he could do it. If he's got to do a sub 60-second last lap, I think he'll make it. A lot depends on this next 200. But if he's only got to run sub 60 last lap, he could well do it. I mean, this is an exceptional athlete, one of the greatest ever, under a lot of pressure. But when he hears that bell, that will relieve a lot of that pressure. And I'm convinced that he can make it.
I wonder if you'd be so convinced, actually, if you're sitting in this stadium, because we're pouring sweat in the commentary box. Approaching the bell now, and this is now the test. See what the bell time is, and we'll know exactly what he's got to do on the last lap. 12:01 at the bell, so he's got to run the last lap in about 59 seconds, a sub 59 second last lap, which David Moorcroft said was possible, and who's to say it isn't now? The crowd, there must be about 30,000 in the stadium, in this vast Olympic stadium, trying all they can to help him. Aouita once more against the clock. 250 meters left, and he's getting faster. He's staged the most remarkable revival. 4 laps to go and 3 laps to go. He looks very, very tired, but he's been winding up the pace and gradually getting back in touch with a world record schedule. His world record, 13 minutes 00.4 seconds. That's what he's got to beat, and the clock seems to be flying. Aouita's got tired athletes to pull on in front of him to race again. Is there a way through for him? Yes, there is. Has he done it? Yes, he has. He's broke the world record, an astounding 12 minutes 58.36. Well, the last lap he's run in about 1:57, 1:58.
È il primo uomo al mondo al di sotto dei 13 minuti. Risultato ufficiale di 12:58.35. Nuovo record mondiale. E a poter solo sventolare la bandiera del Morocco i tifosi di Saïd Aouita. È il più grande atleta di tutti i tempi. Riceve l'abbraccio del giovanissimo Tugaito e del Filipino Saïd Aouita. Ancora a rallenti le immagini degli ultimissimi metri di questa memorabile impresa ottenuta dal marocchino Saïd Aouita.
Now with a couple of seconds to go, we're seeing a little bit of history. Nobody has ever run under 13 minutes of 5,000.